Yeah, just starting. Okay guys, so these are the first ones we're going to do today, all right? Now I'm going to show you one I've already done, all right, compared to one I haven't done. And my challenge today is to get this one as clean as this one, all right? So if you can look really close at the shoelaces, you can see the difference in the shoelaces. That's because these have been cleaned and these have not, all right? You can see maybe some small changes in the material, but mostly you can see changes in the soles. So as you can see, this one's much more cleaner. It's as good as I could get. I had to go in a lot of these little grooves to get stuff out. This one actually is not as bad as this one was. It was really bad. But remember, these came from the Goodwill outlets, okay, from the bins. Yeah, so you can imagine, you know, how much time it takes to clean them up if you want them to look really good. All right, so here we go.
So what I'm doing right now with these tennis shoes were so gross. The soles were so gross. There's dirt inside the grooves. These babies have been washed in Dawn and water. So Dawn water, the blue kind. All right, and I still could not get these babies, the bottoms, real clean. So I'm using this that I got from the dollar store. It's just a sponge with a handle on it, and I've been dipping it in the Dawn, and I've been scrubbing away on them, trying to get all the dirt out. But the hard part is getting the into the grooves and really getting that dirt out. So I use this tool right here, and you guys have to be so careful with this, okay? Because you don't want to do anything to ruin the shoes. All right, so basically I've been able to get a lot of dirt out of the grooves. You should have seen it before, but as you can see, let's look right here and see that right there. So you would just want to lightly use this sharp tool to get that dirt out. Do you see how the dirt's coming out? Then you can take what, I mean, if you don't want to use this, use a toothbrush. Sometimes a toothbrush will work better. So here's my toothbrush. And toothbrushes can really get into the grooves better. Okay. So you can see that dirt coming out. All right. So these things look so much better. They were so gross. You have no idea. They already are looking so much better than they did. So these are just a few ideas, but Dawn soap and water can work really good on the soles, and just, you know, a sponge can work, and then like I said, this tool right here can work too. So, but this would only be to get into these sharp grooves. So in tennis shoes, there's all kinds of little, you can see all kinds of little grooves. I'm gonna try to show you here. Take baby wipes too. Baby wipes are the first thing that you want to do on any shoe. wipe them clean with the baby wipes. They do a marvelous job. So baby wipes. You can see up here, these are so much cleaner, and down here, I still have more work to do. But, I mean, if they don't get perfect, they don't get perfect. They have been washed. These babies have. And the shoestrings have been washed. I took the shoestrings out. And you can see I took a Mr. Clean, one of these things, and scrub the heck out of the sides here, and it just whitens them so well, whitens them up. I took a baby wipe to the Nike sign, and that cleaned up real good. Plus like I said, I washed them in water and Dawn liquid soap. So you can see that these babies came really clean. But I'm still, again, there's still some dirt inside these grooves. So, yeah.
So the first thing I'm doing is I'm taking a baby wipe, which is what you want to do for most shoes, because this is going to tell you if it's just dirt or if there's other issues like scuff marks and things like that. So if it's just dust and dirt, this will take it away, all right? So that's what I'm doing. Okay, so these look pretty good. They weren't very bad at all. So really all I had to do is use the baby wipe on this part of the shoe. Okay, then we're going to flip around, and this is what we're going to do. So first of all, I'm going to show you how to take the sticker off. Okay, now if you do not have Goo Gone, it's okay, because you can use alcohol, rubbing alcohol, but it will take you longer. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to pour a little bit into, you got to be very careful with this, in the cap of this. Okay, the cap of the Goo Gone. I didn't put very much on it, so we'll see. Then what you want to do is start rubbing it on a Q-tip if you have it. I mean, you can use other things too, but the Q-tip works pretty well. Now, the alcohol would take much longer than the Goo Gone to get the sticker off. So you can see I just used a little bit of it. And I'm taking my hands. You need gloves for this, guys, because your fingers will start hurting if you don't. You want to be really gentle with that. But see how easy that came off? You know how long some people spend trying to get stickers off of shoes? So Goo Gone works miracles. Now you can see that my glove is starting to tear up. So I'm going to turn off the video and put new gloves on, okay? Okay, so now the next thing I'm going to do is take this marker off, okay? So how you do it, again, you just apply a little dab of this. Make sure you have your gloves on, because this will sting your hands like crazy. You do not want to get this on your shoe itself. Do you see the black coming off? I'm going to take a baby wipe and just pat it. Again, you don't want it anywhere else. That's why you don't want this to run, and it's oil. So be careful with it. Just put a little bit in the cap, okay? See how it's coming off? Look how easy it is. Even my husband's impressed.
Yeah. Oh, wow.
Again, though, you don't want it to pour onto, that's the thing mistakes people make. They just grab it and they, you know, it'll go all over the place and ruin stuff. So you don't want to do that, all right? That, as you see, I just dabbed this Q-tip, and that was actually enough, okay? So if there's anything left, be very careful. Put it back in the cap. And please, I made this mistake the first time I ever used this. I did not put the cap back on. And guess what happened? It spilt all over. So huge mistake, all right? So this stuff right here is potent. It's good stuff, but you got to be very careful with it, all right? So I'm just going to touch it up a little bit more. And I'm just gonna lay it on there for now. I'm gonna take my rag, my wet rag, dab it. Again, you don't want it to overflow, or so you want to make sure you get all the excess water off of it. Actually, I'm going to use this side because that side's got a little soap on it. Okay, then I'm just going to clean it, touch it up. All right, so then I'm going to take my towel and dry it. And voila, it's gone. Now, there's still a few little sticky things from the sticker that was on there. So I'm going to dab right here to get that off. And look at that. You can even see the 8 now. Before, with the stickers and everything on it, you couldn't see that. So, voila. Now I'm just dabbing it a little bit. And we have a new restored shoe. And here's the final result. What do you guys think? Okay. So the next shoe we're going to do has this cloth on it, or the suede on it. So I'm going to show you how to clean that. I did the bottoms of these already on this one. This is the one we're going to focus on and get it looking like this one. So you can see some little lint and things. Sometimes it's really bad. The lint's really bad. I had actually cleaned these when I first got them, and I cleaned them again for this video. So there's not a whole lot of stuff on there, but there still is just some dust gathering and stuff like that. So we're going to clean the bottoms of these. But the first thing I want to show you is this. This is a lint brush that you can get from the dollar store. I actually got this from the dollar store. And this thing right here kind of broke because I use it a lot. But what you do is you lightly, on the suede shoes or anything that, you know, attracts lint, and you just lightly tap and stroke and get it off. Okay, so they look brand new. So you get all that off. You should have seen these before. These were really bad. These were from, all these shoes came from the outlet, from the Thrifted Goodwill thrift store, the outlet store, and the bins. Every single pair of these shoes. So there you go. How does that look? Looks good. Looks good. Okay. All right. So the bottom, all I'm going to do with the bottom real quick, due to time, my husband has to go. I'm going to take this baby wipe, and I'm just going to get the dirt. It's mostly dust, because again, I think I cleaned these already. But I wanted to show you what you know, these types of shoes that require the. So I'm just going to clean these up now. There's a little bit, I see right there, black stuff. So I have a little excess Goo Gone. I'm going to see if this will come off with this. I don't know if it will or not, or if that's just something else.
Looks like it is.
Sometimes it can be like a scratch or something. You can't really, but no, it's coming off. So I just noticed that. So again, these are going to look like brand new. These are in really good shape shoes anyways. So, okay, then I'm going to take my rag, the wet one. I'm going to dab it in just the water, and I'm going to go over it. You see some of the soap still, the residue, but probably from the wet wipe. And then I'm going to take my dry one and dry it. Again, use elbow grease. This will get your hands really strong. Your hands and your forearms. Okay. Again, I'm going to lightly do that. These were already really good shape. The inside, we took stickers off of them already. There was like a sticker on both of these. You can see like the little indent, but those had already been previously taken off. So you can also lint brush, use this to do the insides, brush them out a little bit. And before you send them out, just do it right before you put them in the, you ship them out. Just go ahead, take your lint brush, make sure there's no lint on them, and they'll look almost like brand new. What do you think? All right, guys, these are the next shoe I'm going to show you. These are DVs, and these came from the Goodwill bin too. They were in pretty darn good shape. All I had to really do was clean them off with the baby wipe. Okay, so just baby wipe inside out, and yeah, and then clean this part. Okay, but what I want to show you about these shoes, they're dented. There's a lot of dents and stuff in them. So this shoe is the one I'm going to show you I haven't even touched. All right, so I'm going to clean the inside because it's dusty. Usually, you know, some people don't even think about cleaning the inside of the shoe, but, and again, baby wipes work the best. You don't want to ruin anything on these if you don't have to. You need to be very careful and gentle that you don't lose the color of the shoes or anything, and that's why these work so well. Okay, so what I want to show you today for a trick on these is, you see that scuff. All right, there's a scuff there. I'm going to show you how to remove that scuff. Now, I didn't know this until I did my research. Okay, so now I can really do a good job at restoring shoes. Now, you can't really do a lot with the dings. Those are just dings probably from being in the bins. And again, you know, just all you do, take a baby wipe. I don't have to do much of these, 'cause again, I don't think these are worn, but because they were in the bins, they did get dinged up. So I'm going to show you how to at least get that out, so I can say that this part of them in great condition. And I'll just put, there's a couple dings. To be safe with shoes, you can always say as is. That way they can't come back and try to get their money back. Okay, so I'm going to find a clean Q-tip. All right, and this is why we're going to use this. This is non-acetone nail polish remover. Do not get the acetone. You have to use the stuff that says non-acetone, or you're going to ruin the shoe. And you don't want to ruin shoes like this, because these are worth some money. So I'm going to carefully just put a little bit, again, a little bit in here. You've got to be careful. You got to have patience. All right. So what I'm going to do, I'll start right down here, and I'm just going to dab. Can you see it disappearing? It's amazing. This trick right here is just totally amazing to me.
Wow.
See that coming off right there? Yeah, that was a scuff. Again, you want to be very careful because you don't want to lose the color. That's why you don't want to, you want to use the non-acetone. Okay, and that baby came right off.
Looks good.
Isn't that amazing? Like, amazing. Okay, so I'm going to use this just to dab, and you can use whatever, but and the paper towels, because I haven't used these at all in this haul. So yeah. So what do you think? There's really no other. There's some stretching here. There's some dents in here. Can't do anything about that. So I will have to disclose there are dings in these shoes, sold as is. But the rest of it looks beautiful, and they're going to show really nice too. So compare these two together. What do you think? Put these over here. Okay. So these are Vince Camuto, okay? These are higher end shoes, all right? So how can you tell the difference between like just regular shoes and high end? They usually are gonna have a logo, a really nice fancy logo inside, okay? And then the bottoms are gonna be really, I don't even know how to say this, but they're really sturdy, okay? And hard and sturdy. That's all I can say. And also they're going to have some type of probably an imprint of their logo on the shoe as well. So if you can see these, I clean these up as good as I could. You guys, some of this is not dirt. People think it's dirt. It's not. I used the baby wipe on this already, and it did not come off. Not real good. I think I used a one of the scrubbers to scrub a little bit to get some of it off, but that's as good as it got. But you can see the difference. So this one looked like this one basically. So what we're going to do is I'm going to try to restore this one to look like that one. All right. Okay, the first thing I'm going to do, guys, again, what you always want to do, get used to this, buy your baby wipes, is get the inside clean from any dust or dirt. Okay, you can be gentle on this part of it, but you can use the baby wipe. Baby wipes are safe. All right. Okay, so what I'm going to do with these, let me think. I'm going to do the baby wipe first. Let's see what we can get off with this. I'm going to have to use some force here. I'm going to keep that sticker on, guys, because I don't see anywhere on here the size. So that shows you the size of the shoe. All right, now you can see some dirt coming off. So this is surface dirt. See that? That is called just the surface dirt. So that comes off really good with just a baby wipe. All right. Now, what I want to tell you about when you're restoring shoes or cleaning them, you want to start around here first. You don't want to mess this part up if you don't have to, because that shows them that these are 100% authentic. They got the logo on them. You don't want to mess with that logo if you don't have to. So if you can go around it, go around it. It's okay to see that. That just is just from scuffing from the floors and stuff. You can't do anything about that. That's just like wear on the shoes because you wear them a lot, okay? But at least I'm getting the dirt, so it's not dirt that's going to be on here. All right, so the next thing I'm going to do, I might try the magic eraser and just see lightly if any of this will come off. I don't think it really is. Yeah. There wasn't really, oh, actually there was. Okay, so it's working. That's how you can see it's working. You can see the stuff coming off, but I don't want to wear this down, okay? So I'm trying to be careful and just going around the edges. Okay. Wow, okay. Then I'm just gonna use a wet paper towel, wet them, see if anything else is coming off. See that stuff that's coming off? I'm almost afraid that could be, that's not dirt, but that's the actual shoe. So I'm gonna be careful with that. Okay. So I think that's all I'm gonna do with this one, guys. I'm gonna take a paper towel and dry it, and then we'll compare the results. I don't want to mess with these too much, but I did want to get the surface dirt off, and I was able to get a lot of that stuff off. But so where's the other one? Actually, this one needs to be a little cleaned off again. They collect dust easy. All right, so here is the results of these. Okay, here you go. All right, guys, these are Stuart Weitzman. So these are the really top dog that I have right now. Okay, Stuart Weitzman, and these are vintage shoes. If you do your research on shoes, you can find out a lot about them. And these are dancing shoes, which when I first picked them up, I had no clue they were dancing shoes. But these were used, I don't know how many years ago, quite a few years ago, for probably dancing. All right, so these are dancing shoes. Now, if you look on the back, this appears to be, I'm gonna put it really close, this is not dirt. All right, so I cleaned, yeah, that's the one I cleaned. This is the one I cleaned. All right, so I did get all the surface dirt off of it and everything, and this is how they end up being. This stuff right here shows you that these are good quality shoes. All right, they're hard, but they're also non-slip they're slip resistant, and that's great for people that are dancers. You want slip resistant, especially here. And you can see that she really, the dancers that were using these shoes really were hard on them right through here. Okay, so this is not dirt or anything. These are perfectly clean shoes. So, but that's what they're going to look like, especially a really, really high-end skid shoe. I'm getting tired now, guys. All right, so what I wanted to do with this though, all I was going to do, and because of time, my husband has to run out. The only thing I'm going to do with these to make the difference, you can't even hardly tell. The important thing is you want to be able to see that symbol. These were already so worn down from, from wear and tear that you can't hardly see it. But you want to keep that because that's, again, authenticizes the shoes, okay? So I'm not going to show you now due to time, but I'm just going to basically take a baby wipe and clean them up to make them look like that. So there's not a big difference. Now, what you can use on suede, again, is you can use that, where did it go? Hold on. I don't even know where it went. Huh? Don't know. Oh, here it is. You could use this if you want to gently, make it look newer, especially when you're right before you send them out. You can just lightly do that to the suede, and it kind of cleans them up a little bit. There's also something you can buy at the shoe, at the dollar store, actually, that is a shoe brush, and you can literally, clean up suede shoes, but that's all. You can't really put you don't want to put baby wipes on these. You don't want to do anything else to these guys. Don't put water on them. Don't do anything to these babies. Just, you know, if there's a stain on it or something, you just say as is, okay? These are really clean shoes. But the thing I wanted to show you about these, and this is a trick that Steve realized or found out in the Army. These right here were really sticking out, okay? Because there were probably multiple people that at some point wore these shoes. So this white stuff was really, really sticking out. Now, usually one shoe is bigger than, or one foot is bigger than the other. This is your right foot. Usually your right foot is bigger than your left. So this one didn't have any of that, okay? So this one looks perfect. See that? Perfect. We didn't have to do anything to this shoe. But this one was really bad. So what we did, and I'm not going to do it because it's already been done, and this is as good as it gets. But you should have seen before. That white stuff was all out of there. Is you take a lighter, okay? And you just barely touch it, and it will go away. It basically burns away. But you have to be very careful with this because you don't want to burn your shoe. So you have to be very careful with this. But that's the best thing to do. Don't put needles or put any kind of sharp objects in there because you could ruin that suede. All right, but you can do this also. That's a nice hack for anything, for bags. We've done it with bags before. And I'll do a whole other one on bags. That'll be one of my next ones, guys, because there's lots of tips and tricks to restoring bags. But to restore this, to fix that, that's all we did was take the lighter and lightly you know, tap it and make it go down to where it went back down into the little groove. They're not sticking out. So just minor fixes on these are going to bring up the value for me on these shoes when I sell them. Okay, friends, so I hope you guys got a lot from this and that now you'll feel more secure about selling and reselling shoes because you know how to clean them properly now. So I hope you love this shoe tutorial and that you follow me here on YouTube at Gretchen Triple T and on Poshmark and Instagram at Posh Like a Boss, all one word, Posh Like a Boss. And again, I am a reseller on Poshmark and I have a page on Instagram. And again, I would love for you guys to follow me and I will be doing another video very soon. So stay tuned and I will talk to you guys later.